Hello and welcome to another video from the Downsized, where this will probably release shortly after I just released the last video on Eli Lilly dramatically slashing prices for ZepBound, and guess what? They also raised prices for ZepBound.
Just kidding.
My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we're the Downsized. We're the channel that does what?
We talk about GLP-1 medications, and we've lost weight on GLP-1 medications. I've lost 50 pounds on compounded tirzepatide.
And I've lost 77 plus pounds on compounded tirzepatide, Mounjaro, and ZepBound. So, as I said earlier, this is very personal to us. It matters a lot, and it's changed our lives. So, just to recap, this morning, and I had to pull out the resource here. So, I'm actually on ZepBound.LilyDirect is where this is coming from, and they changed the ZepBound.LilyDirect website. And for those of you who have used the prescription, the ZepBound Savings Card, this is where you would download your ZepBound Savings Card. And they have added what is a cash option function for it too. So the cash option, which I did the video earlier for, says you can go to Lily.com or LilyDirect.com and get 2.5 milligram vials for $3.99 for a 1 month prescription.
That's the price.
And you can get 5 milligram vials for a $5.49 prescription.
That's a cash option.
It's a cash option.
No
if you just want to pay, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't go through your insurance. Just paying cash. $3.99 for the 2.5 milligram vial, and then the 5 milligram vial is $5.49. But then that's it.
That's it.
LilyDirect only offers the vial option in 2.5 and 5.
And you can only get it on LilyDirect.
And you can only
so there's
get
a whole other
LilyDirect.
video. I mean, like an hour ago, I just published a whole video on this, so I'll link it out.
Yeah.
But we also just noticed on the
savings card,
the ZepBound.Lily.com. So Eli Lilly gives and Eli Lilly takes away. Well, guess what? When we go under the savings card, commercial insurance without coverage for ZepBound, which is where we are. So we have insurance, however, they do not pay for it. There's the very first caveat. If eligible and commercially insured without coverage for ZepBound, you will pay as low as $6.50 for a 1 month prescription of the ZepBound pen.
$6.50. So we've been paying $5.50 with the coupon. So now with the coupon, it's going to $6.50. So it's increasing by $100.
For those of you who know, I actually have a prescription for ZepBound as well as a prescription for compounded tirzepatide. So I'm on the 15 milligram dose. I have 3 pens in the refrigerator right now. I would prefer to be on ZepBound, honestly. Although I think they all work the same. I like the pen a lot better, but I'm happy to do the vial if we need to. So and then we have family members who also we help that are also on ZepBound. So we've seen this across the board. So
I wonder if my current savings card will now just be $6.50 when I go to, or do I have to get a new savings card?
Well, let's see. I'm looking at terms and conditions to see when this all becomes.
Actually, I went to Walgreens today to try to fill a prescription, and they couldn't get it to work.
Well, but they just called and said it worked.
They just, well, yeah, 2 hours later. Like, I stood there for 30 minutes while the lady's like, which is usually what happens. The prescription was ready. I go in, the lady goes, do you know this is $1,249? I said, yes, but I have a coupon on file that makes it $5.50. It's in the refrigerated section. I always like to tell them so they don't go digging through all the other prescriptions that are ready, because sometimes they don't know. So she went back and she got it, and she starts typing away. She's typing away. She's typing away. And I'm like, do you need anything? She's like, oh, I can't find your savings card on file. Do you have it with you? And I have it saved on my phone in the wallet. So I gave her I gave her the wrong one. I gave her one of the old ones. Remember when they were hacked and then you had to go get another card? So I gave her the hacked one by mistake, and that threw it off for about 10 minutes. And then I'm like, you know what? I think this one's it. So she tried the other one that was in my wallet. I need to delete the one that's wrong. I haven't had to do this. I haven't had to hand her the savings card in months. So, but I always have it at the ready in case. So she's putting it in, and I'm like, is it not working or what's happening? And I said, do you need the icy code, because sometimes if the doctor doesn't put the code on the prescription, they need that, and that causes a glitch. She goes, no. And I said, well, I recognize that pharmacist that's working right now. He's been able to key it in and he can make it work. He knows what to do. She goes, well, I know what to do. I'm like, all right. And she says, finally, after about 25 or 30 minutes, there's a line of people behind me. Another lady has been helping customers behind me. And she says, I'm just going to have to work on this and you're just going to have to come back later. And I said, you mean like walk around the store and maybe in a few minutes? She goes, yeah, probably not. Probably, later. And I said, all right. So I left, and I think I left there at 10:30, and it's 12:30, and she just called me back and said she got it to work and that it's $5.50. I was kind of worried that this coupon thing that's going on here was going to mess it up somehow, and she's going to say, oh, and by the way, it's $6.50. But she said, oh, it's $5.50. So I feel like I need to run to Walgreens as soon as this is over.
Yeah, so we'll finish this, but let me dive a little bit deeper into the terms and conditions, because keep scrolling down this page, ZepBound.Lily.com, and you get to card terms and conditions. So there's two different sections. There's one for patients who have commercial insurance for ZepBound. So it says you must have commercial insurance that covers ZepBound and a prescription. And you may pay as little as $25. I'm paraphrasing because it's a lot.
Because some people pay $25, some people pay $0.
A month is defined as 28 days and up to 4 pens. Card savings are subject to maximum monthly savings of $150 per 1 month prescription, $300 per 2 month, and so on. Maximum annual savings of $1,800 per calendar year, which seems like a funny number to me, but I don't know.
If you're covered by insurance.
Right, if you're covered by insurance. So the card expires and the savings end on 12/31/2024.
As they did last year.
Right, which means this is now the end of August, beginning of September. So this, whatever this is, they're going to have to redo something in 2025, right? So all of this will end. Maybe it'll repeat, who knows? Then we get to for patients with commercial insurance who are not covered by ZepBound, right? So that's typically that $5.50 price. Assuming this website is correct, it'll now be $6.50. You must have commercial insurance that does not cover ZepBound and a prescription consistent with the FDA, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I understand, babe. It's just a lot of legalese, but there's important things in here. Card savings are subject to a maximum monthly savings of up to $463. And here's where it gets fun. Card may be used for a maximum of up to 5 prescription fills per calendar year.
Huh?
Yeah.
So
that's what I said. You got to read the details.
If we don't have insurance, if we have insurance but not insurance that covers ZepBound, and we're currently using the manufacturer of the Eli Lilly coupon that previously gave us a $5.50 price, but now it gives us a $6.50 price, we can only use that 5 times?
Correct.
August, September, October, November, December.
So
well,
you might be okay.
So we might be okay.
Right. It just depends on what happens in January.
That in there, because if you can only fill it once every 28 days and it expires 12/31, like.
Well, I mean, count the weeks out is what you'd have to do, because they're really doing it every. So there might be a sixth one. I haven't counted the weeks. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Point of concern. Certainly, they raised the price for those of us with insurance who don't cover it, who need to buy ZepBound $100. Thanks, Eli Lilly. And then they've put a limitation on the card. We'll see how that plays out in 2025. Obviously, they're going to have another solution come 1/1/2025.
Well, I would think if they release vials for 2.5 and 5 through Eli Lilly Direct, they're going to have to come out with 7.5, 10, 12.5, and 15, because those people are going to move through the doses. That Eli Lilly recommends that you go 4 weeks on 2.5, 4 weeks on 5. So what are they going to do in a month when these people with the vials now are ready to go to 7.5? They're going to say, oh, sorry, see ya.
Well, theoretically, they will eventually release the vials. It's been done in other countries, so it's possible. But we also have all these wacky Americans who are trying to play WebMD doctor on themselves and pulling multiple doses and adjusting, and then saying on Facebook I did X, Y, and Z because a chiropractor told me to do something. And
well, it all seems to me like Eli Lilly wants more people to start.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
medication.
she didn't watch the last video, but I mean, my firm belief is when you look at the numbers for the obese and the chronically obese, there's 120 million people in the United States. I believe they want all 120 million people, and they'd rather have 120 million people paying $300 than $1,500 because it all washes out and you end up with so much more profit. It's ridiculous.
So why'd they raise the coupon price?
I don't know. Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't work with that logic, but the lower price on the vials does. And that could be why my online telehealth provider, Mochi Health, recently dropped their price.
Which I also said in the video.
Oh.
She hasn't watched the video.
I was busy. I was at the gym. I was at Walgreens for an hour, and So tell me the prices of the vials again.
The prices of the vials are
2.5 vial.
correct.
If you get it from Eli Lilly Direct is $3.99.
Correct.
If you're paying with cash.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 5 milligram vial from Eli Lilly Direct is $5.49 if you're paying with cash. So
that's basically the price of the
what
coupon.
do I have to do to be able to buy it from Eli Lilly Direct?
You have to have a prescription to send to Eli Lilly.
So my doctor has to send the prescription
Yep.
through their portal or whatever?
Correct.
Does Eli Lilly Direct write prescriptions?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they're more like an online pharmacy.
No, I do think they are going to add
situation.
telehealth, and there may be some options there, but
If they're smart,
I'm sure
they
there's
would.
a subscription fee there as well.
You think there's a subscription fee to Eli Lilly Direct?
No.
Oh,
but
if they
added
provided
telehealth, yeah.
online telehealth providers, yeah, that would be my guess.
So theoretically, Mochi, who is happy to send your prescription to your local pharmacy, could send it to Lilly Direct, or our local physician could.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So Eli Lilly gives, Eli Lilly takes away. You just never know. We'll be back, I'm sure, on this because it's going to, if you haven't joined us before for the Downsized Live on Thursday nights at 7, we actually hang out with you guys and talk, answer questions as best we can, commiserate, cry, you name it. Celebrate. Everybody that loses weight gets confetti. It's lots of fun. So please join us Thursday night at 7 for the Downsized Live. If you haven't been to our website, thedownsized.org, there's a Downsized companion product store and all kinds of interesting stuff. You can download Lorraine's GLP-1 tracker sheet, or spreadsheet as well.
For free.
So I am sure we'll be back because it seems like this news is changing rapidly.
It changes every day.
Yep.
I mean, how's a normal person supposed to keep up with it?
Absolutely.
I guess they could watch The Downsized, and that's how you can keep up with it. Because he keeps up with it.
I try. All right. Thank you for joining us. I'm Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we're The Downsized.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.